time frame stuff, but maybe I'll make you do it anyway. Swaps. What do you guys think about like the overall market, for the year, right? Because obviously we've just gone through a big, bull market, and we're obviously in the middle of a bear market right now. What do you guys think about the years to come? Sting, you want to go first?
Sure. Yeah. So I think a lot of it does really depend on, trads and the dollar and that whole condition kind of thing. Is as long as we're getting like a risk off, or sorry, like a risk on kind of move, you'll see that translate through crypto. And I know a lot of people are talking about the echo bubble, which could still happen. But usually what you'll see is like a trickle down effect, which we already kind of saw on a smaller scale, right? You see that rotation from the Bitcoin to ETH to large caps to small caps to shitcoins. I think you might just see that a little bit more exasperated, where you see, longer alt cycles and longer shitcoin cycles in between over the next year. But in the short term, right, like if you look at the charts, you look at, structurally, it does look like we found a short term over under bottom, right, with the 17.5 level. So as long as we, and we're talking about like a monthly, weekly chart here, you could basically come all the way back down to, anywhere between like 21.5 all the way down to really like 19K to 18.5K. And as long as that holds there, we could be carving out a bottom, right? A lot of people are going to get bearish in between this range, but realistically, we're still just carving out a bigger range here. So once we break back above, 25K, that's when we can really say, okay, this is a short-term bottom. We can start looking at the 30, 35K targets. But up until then, I think we realistically could carve out this range and keep playing this range in between there and find some support at the 21.5 or 18K kind of levels. But up until then, if dollar keeps pushing up, we'll likely just push down until this range until we get some actual relief. A lot of what we've seen has just been a lack of, sellers left in the market and a lot of shorts just getting squeezed out. So we do need to see a substantial spot bid come in to really kind of get this thing going, in my opinion.
Yeah, fantastic point. I was saying that, I don't remember, pretty recently on stream, right? That a lot of the time the way the crypto trends start is off the back, or at least uptrends, is off the back of really, illiquid short squeezes. And then in the compressions, you need to see the spot bid kind of come in and actually be supportive of that, of that up move. And then a lot of the time that will lead to more short squeezes. And then you kind of repeat that cycle of short squeeze, organic spot bid, short squeeze, until you lose momentum and the trend is over. So we kind of need that spot bid to actually come in and say that this is going to keep going up. Otherwise, you're right, we could mean revert quite a bit. So I think that's a good take.
Yeah, I totally agree. And if you look at a lot of alts, like they're up against the major breakdown levels from pre-FTX and that kind of stuff too, right? So it's like, it's not that these things couldn't go higher, or, these at the massive level and they have to revert. It's more so like everyone who wanted to sell has sold, right? You just have naked shorts now at these lows, and that's what got squeezed out, right? So until you see some massive actual spot bids, you're really just retracing,